Yo, what's up? It's DNA for sure, and this video is about the Confederate flag. There's this whole thing called the unflagging challenge. This is where you run up to people's houses or cars or where you see the Confederate flag, and you take it, you steal it, and I don't know, they do whatever the fuck. They probably destroy it or throw it away or put it in the street somewhere, whatever. I think it's ignorant, and I don't think it should be a challenge to steal and destroy somebody's stuff. Number one. Number two, read books, learn about what you're doing first. The Confederate flag is not a symbol of hate, just like the swastika is not a symbol of hate. Just like blue bandanas and red bandanas. Bandanas are not a symbol of ganghood, gang life. Just like how I wear my hat is not a symbol of ganghood. These things have been turned into things that they're not. The Confederate flag does not symbolize somebody hating black people or white supremacy or being a racist. Unfortunately, a lot of these people who support these ideals use these symbols and muddy them up and turn them into something that they're not. The Confederate flag is a symbol of the old South. And I do understand that the the ideology and the political stance and the culture back then was the support of, suppressing the black man's words and energies and, being a white supremacist and being racist and having slaves. A lot of presidents, a lot of rich people had slaves. That was just the thing. And just being the thing back then doesn't mean that certain people supported racism. It was just a matter of, okay, this is what goes on. Not all slave masters were fucking racist. Not all people who owned slaves were racist. I'm sure somebody treated their servants, their slaves, kind of nice and really thought of them as a part of the family some way. Somebody did. But the Confederate flag is not a symbol of hate. It doesn't mean that you're racist. It simply means that you have roots in the deep south. And yeah, a lot of people use this as a tool of hate and use it to symbolize hate, but not all of them do. There's black people in the south who fly the Confederate flag because they're from the south deeply, deeply rooted. Most black people in America, most black Americans have root in the south and have been slaves. If you're not, African, Haitian, some Caribbean, or some kind of Hispanic. But I think the challenge is really ignorant. I think it's really horrible that people do that and think that's okay and funny when you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know what the shit symbolizes. The swastika has roots elsewhere. It doesn't mean it's not a symbol of hate. It's like saying a blue bandana is a symbol of Crips. You see a white girl walking around with a blue bandana or a red bandana because it matches her fucking outfit. That doesn't automatically mean she's a Crip or a Blood. That's the same thing as you putting all people who rock the Confederate flag or fly it. That's like saying that they are all racist. And I was gonna fucking buy a hat with the Confederate flag on it. If I was a little darker, I would totally do that. But people might think that I come from somewhere else. A lot of people say I look mixed, whatever. Whether I agree with that or not, I just don't think that would be a good idea, especially right now. But if I wasn't a fucking felon and I could carry weapons, then I would totally do it. But no, it's not worth it. Especially because I'm about to move to Chicago. Um, that's it. Don't do the fucking unflagging challenge. If you do that, I wholeheartedly believe if you run up to somebody's house and try to snatch their Confederate flag off their house, they should shoot you. Because that's totally disrespectful and they don't know what the fuck your intentions are. Because your actions are coming from hate and you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you obviously don't read books. So that's it. I don't support the Confederate flag. If I was from the deep south and had fucking I am from Georgia, so my opinion is pretty biased because I've seen black people wear the Confederate flag and have Confederate flags in their room because they know where they came from, and that from was the South. That's it. DNA for sure. Peace.